What's up guys, Tony Thunder here. I'm going to be bringing you some more Battlefield 3, but this time I am going to record over gameplay that I have. I found that when I would, record as I, talking while I was playing, I kind of lost focus and I sucked major dicks. And, it could be that I just do in general suck major dicks, but, I believe I could suck dick a little bit worse than I do already. Or would I be better? I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna basically be redoing an introduction video. The first Battlefield introduction video I had sucked. That was the first time I used Vegas, as an editing tool, and the first time I pretty much recorded anything with fraps. So now that I'm a little more experienced, with editing and voice stuff, I feel like I could bring a lot better introduction video to you guys. Yeah, so here we go. Phase 1. No, I'm kidding. Basically, when I was a kid, the first real gaming console I ever got, if you could really call it a console, was a Game Boy Color. The first game I got for the Game Boy Color was Pokemon Red version, which is the best version ever, and if any of you disagree, I will stab you in the throat with a rusty spoon, and I will make it go in your neck. I will not just thrust it against your throat and not penetrate. It will penetrate. Just letting you guys know that. Charmander is my favorite Pokemon ever, so yeah, Squirtle can suck a dick. No, I'm kidding. Squirrel's pretty cool. But, but besides that, after that, I got a Nintendo 64. Which I think is great, as our dad really didn't know the meaning of, ratings. So, we were getting rated M games like Quake, and all those games. And, we were like 6. And, so, we had a very open, our family didn't really care about ratings. We went to see rated R movies when we were very young. I feel like that worked to our advantage because, we were not sheltered at all. My parents definitely knew how to keep me from, being stupid. They let me have a lot of freedom, which resulted into what I am today. I like to think I'm a responsible person, but, it's whatever. It's people's opinions, and I don't really care. I know who you am, bitches. But besides from that, after we got the GameCube, we had the GameCube, I want to say, for 3 months before we destroyed everything at our house. And by that, I mean, we just argued over who wanted to play the GameCube, who wanted to play the PlayStation 2. And our mom got really fed up with it, so she sold all of our consoles. And, we got the money, which was nice, but, no video games sucked. Because, I was involved in a lot of sports. I was involved in soccer, baseball, basketball, gymnastics, just a ton of things. And, my grades in school were kind of suffering because, when I got home from all those sports things, just, yeah, I want to relax and play some freaking Super Smash Brothers. Beat some shit up with Kirby. But, I kind of got carried away and I totally forgot about school. And, I started doing it didn't do really bad. So just, I was a straight A student, then I started getting, B's and C's. And I was like, I don't even care. I'm not going to do this, Mom. She's like, you better go to school, bitch. I was like, okay. So, she sold the stuff. And, we went with video games for, I want to say, 3 years. I had a laptop, but it didn't do that well. It didn't run games well. I had Halo on there, and it was pretty bad. I played the shit out of that when I could. But, my graphics card was so bad that all the characters were white in the game. If I was playing a team deathmatch version, I would be, if I was a blue team, my team would still be white. The red team would still be white. The only way I could tell who was on my team was by the green indicator above their head, which is funny because, the characters are white, but they can, make a green indicator, which is funny to me. But after that, we spent 3 years, without any real, video games, and then we moved to Louisiana, and then that's when we got our Xbox 360 and PS3, and I immediately leaned toward the Xbox 360 because I personally, most of my friends had the Xbox 360 and Halo, so it's like, I'm getting Halo. Screw you, PS3. And, the PS3 didn't really have that many games out when it just came out, so Xbox was, further ahead at that time. So, I became an Xbox fanboy. I'm not going to lie, I was one of those guys who would yell at other people for playing PS3. I was like, you're stupid. PS3 sucks. Xbox is better. I was a kid. I was 13. Yeah, it's whatever. But after that phase, I actually got into the in my opinion, the legitimate phase. When I was 14, I found the wonders of, PC gaming, and I just loved it. The games looked better, I liked the community a lot more, and then I just completely transferred into PC genre. I do still have an Xbox, and I do still have a PS3, but I mostly play most of my games, mostly on the mostly machine. No, I'm kidding. I just say mostly a lot for some reason. But, I do play more games on the PC than I do Xbox now. But you know, because it's like I don't want to buy a game for the Xbox and for the PC because that's, you know, $120 if they're both retail. You know, as good as my job is right now, you know, it's still a lot of money. You know, $120 is still a lot of money no matter who you are. Except if you're Bill Gates, you know, he's pretty chill. He's pretty cool. But what's it called? So after that, you know, I built the world's shittiest gaming computer ever. I went to Best Buy. This is when I didn't know shit at all. Still don't know shit about computers. But I basically spent like $1,200 on a gaming rig. What I thought was a gaming rig by the Best Buy guys. But I own these niggas. No, I'm kidding. I bought a really bad computer. I mean, it could play Crysis, but that was pretty much, you know, all it could handle. You know, it ran it on high settings, but for some reason, every other game just was not great at all. You know, it ran games well for a year and a half, and then after that, it was kind of outdated. So, you know, I just got a new computer. It's freaking baller as hell. I just need a new processor. You know, I got the GTX 670, which is baller as hell. But my processor can't handle it right now, so I need a new one. But, you know, yeah, that's, you know, a little bit basic history, you know, about my gaming life. Sports life, huge into sports, always will be. You know, I go to the gym every single day, you know, except for Sundays. I work out. I do leg days, and I do lift, so don't ask me if I even lift, because I will lift your face off. I basically pick things up and put them down. That's what I do at the gym. Eventually, you know, I also push things, but that, you know, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, so, you know, I work out all the time. I play sports. You know, I still, you know, have in my trunk in my car, you know, I have, you know, baseball cleats, soccer cleats, baseball mitt, you know, I have some taekwondo stuff, some karate stuff, you know, track stuff. You know, I'm a pretty fit guy, you know, as I said before. You know, I like to work out. You know, I like to keep, you know, my personal image after a certain ordeal occurred. There was a time where I was not playing any sports. That was probably a year, and I'll never do that again. Where I did gain several pounds because, you know, I was always working out, and, you know, I was always, you know, the way I was eating is I'd eat a lot, but it didn't seem like a lot because, you know, I'd burn it off when I played sports. But when I stopped, I, you know, kept eating the same way, and I gained about 40 and 50 pounds, and I was freaking fat. And it's funny how I figured it out because I was always in denial. Like, you know, my mom would take pictures of me, and be like, "Hey, look at this, Quinn. You look so cute." I'm like, "Mom, I look fat." Oh, hold on. So I walk in here, I'm like, "Oh, there's one guy." Nope, 4 of them just all looking at me, and I managed to take 3 of them out. Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. But, you know, Mom was showing me pictures. No, it's my mom, not your mom. But, you know, she was showing me pictures, and she was like, "Quinn, look how cute." I'm like, "No, I look fat. You know, I look fat in this picture, Mom. Mom, I look really fat in this picture." And then the thought finally came to my mind. I was like, wait, I don't look fat. I am fat. So, I was like, you know, then after I made that realization, you know, I wanted to do something about it, you know, so I began to work out again. I actually started lifting weights. I never really lifted weights. I was always more of a body weight kind of guy, you know, I do push-ups and sit-ups and whatnot. But lifting weights is so much fun, you don't even know. You know, if you're younger, I would say to, you know, if you're around 14 or 13, I wouldn't lift weights yet. If you do, just do lightweight. But, you know, if you're 15 or 16, you want to get into it, you know, I'd say, you know, why not? The reason why I say, you know, don't start too young is because, you know, your body's still growing. And if you're lifting the heavier weights, it will affect your bone structure. I learned that a little bit myself personally. I started lifting when I was 14 or 15. And my younger brother, who is 2 years younger than me, he's taller than me, you know, and so is my older brother. And I also, you know, gymnastics also has a part into it. If you notice, all gymnasts are really short because you pound on the ground a lot, and it messes with the ligaments in your knees. So, you know, I'm a little short from that, but I do notice how, you know, a lot of kids my age are a lot taller than me, and, you know, they told me they started lifting when they were 16 or 17. Or it could just be naturally short. It's whatever. I don't give a shit. I'm not a professional weight guy. No, it's just all my personal, you know, views. You know, it's like if you want to lift weights when you're 15, that's fine. Just make sure, you know, your form's correct and your baller is shit. That's all the requirement you need to lift weights. You're doing it correctly and you're baller. No, that's all that matters. So, you know, aside from you know, being in shape and whatnot, I'm also single, ladies. No, I'm kidding. You know, I feel like this is a dating website now, just by the way I'm doing it. But after that, I really want to talk about how my main profession that I want to go after is I am a writer. By writer, I mean I write screenplays, you know, movie scripts. I wrote my first script, 120 pages, when I was 15 years old, and I submitted it to a professional writing competition. It's called the Nichols Fellowship. There were, you know, 10,000 scripts that entered. You know, they're way older than me, more experienced. and I came out, you know, I didn't win, which sucked, you know, I really wanted to win, but I came out in the top 20%, you know, which is fantastic for me because it was the first script I'd ever written, and, you know, I came in the top 20% out of all these people, you know, I was like, man, you know, I could actually really do something in the film industry with this. So, you know, I started writing more, and I have 4 scripts now, all 120 pages. People have read my scripts, and by people, I mean, you know, production people such as, you know, Paramount and Morgan Creek. They said they loved my scripts, but they weren't the right producers for them. And, you know, it makes my scripts are pretty different. They're not, you know, Jason Bourne, you know, those kind of movies. Mine are more, you know, mine are funny, and, you know, it's whatever. I can't really tell you about it. I would if I could, but, you know, just copyright reasons and whatnot. I don't want people to steal my scripts, you mother effers. No, but, you know, writing is my, you know, my passion. I do want to eventually learn how to direct, edit, film, etc. You know, I want to eventually, you know, fund my own movie, and, you know, be an actor, be a producer, be a director. You know, I want to do everything in the movie. That's just my really main goal. My goal as a writer as well is to write a script in every single genre. It's fine if you only write, you know, in one genre, but in my opinion, I feel like you're more versatile in Hollywood if you can write, you know, in every single genre. Because literally, there are times where they'll have a last-minute script rewrite, and they'll call someone, and they'll pay them like $1 million for an hour just to come up with an ending, you know, and not $1 million an hour, but it's like you could get paid up to like $1 million for an hour if you freaking awesome at it, you know, if you save the script, you know, which is a nice perk of writing, you know, it's nice. But after that, I eventually do want to create my own business, you know, become an owner of my own business. I already have a friend and I, you know, we're working on podcasts right now, but I want to create a business, you know, it's kind of like, you know, movie, you know, reviews, be it, you know, video games, movies, anything, you know, recent electronics, you know. The only way I can really describe it is it's not really it is a video game company and all it is, but it's just so much more. You know, I really can't explain it right now because I haven't really thought about it in that detail to pitch it yet. But, you know, it's basically a lobby where you can talk about anything. You know, it's not a blog, but, you know, movie reviews, video game reviews, you know, weightlifting tips. It's basically just a huge community that I eventually want to get together because, you know, we all have things that are in common. And there's no reason why you can be, you know, a professional weightlifter and not play video games, you know? It's just, I want an environment where everyone who has things that they like about, you know, one another, be it video games or movies or whatever, they can come in there and have a good time, you know, and talk about it. And it's a very fun environment. Besides that, you know, I want to create another business, which is going to be freaking awesome when the technology comes out. But, you know, I can't tell you about it yet. Sorry for the secrecy, but, you know, it has to be done. But yeah, you know, that's just a little bit about, you know, my life. I'm a pretty normal guy. I'm not abnormal at all. You know, I'm just like you guys, except, you know, putting videos out on the internet, which probably none of you will see. Hopefully, you know, you guys will come back to this video after 3 years. You know, it'll be fun. But yeah, you know, that's a basic introduction. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll be putting out some more videos later. Peace!